Coronation Street star admits, crushing, Shona story was difficult to film. Earlier this week, it was confirmed that Coronation Street will soon air a storyline that sees couple David and Shona Platt discover that there is a mass on their unborn baby's neck. In the coming episodes, Shona goes for a routine scan. The day doesn't start off too well as David gets into an altercation with Kit Green. David hasn't forgiven the police officer for the one-night stand with Shona and hates the fact that he's now in a relationship with Sarah, and Kit is fed up with David constantly winding Sarah up. When David tries to shove past Kit, he finds himself under arrest for assaulting a police officer, while Shona angrily has to get a lift from Sarah to the scan because David hasn't turned up. David eventually appeals to Kit's better nature to let him go to Shona's appointment. There's a moment of happiness as the couple sees their baby on the monitor. But the sonographer spots a problem and immediately everything changes. There's a mass on the baby's neck. "It's crushing," star Julia Goulding said, revealing how Shona and David react to the news. "It would be for anyone. They were really difficult scenes to do. Because I've got children of my own and I've had scans. I know how excited you feel before them. And then for them to come out and not to be able to celebrate and have joy with something so joyful is really, really sad." She's thinking that he's not that bothered, Julia added, pondering over Shona's thoughts towards David before they meet with a consultant. "He's thinking that he's doing a really good job of seeming okay with it. And I think the whole point of the special episode is to show how isolated they both feel. And how much stronger they are when they're together and on the same track. As it were. She just feels very alone, lost, scared, all the things that you would do. And it hasn't helped with him not turning up to the first scan and being late for the second one. So she's not feeling as confident in his support. Whereas he's feeling really lousy about probably knowing that's how she's feeling but not really being able to express it because it's David Platt. Termination isn't an option for her, Julia insisted. She's just like, yep, surgery, we're doing it, and I think that's where a lot of the conflict comes in. Because it's a particular type of operation and it's incredibly rare. And there is a risk to mother's life and baby's life. And that's where David's arguments come in. To at least think about the pros and cons of having a termination or having the surgery. Said special episode begins from Shona's point of view as she faces the prospect of the appointment. She doesn't feel that David is taking the situation seriously enough and is fuming that he's coming across as being very casual when she's in turmoil. She orders him out of the car and says she'll face the appointment alone. Then we see the same events. But from David's viewpoint, it's clear that what Shona mistook for being casual is David's way of trying to be strong for her. Even though he's going through as much anguish as she is. The timelines then converge as the couple sit in front of the consultant, who gives them some devastating news. The baby, who is a girl, has a tumor on her neck which could be cancerous. Shona and David are told that if they go ahead with the pregnancy, Shona will have to go through complex surgery before the baby is born.
Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more movie spoilers next week. Goodbye and see you again.